More horrible officiating in the WNBA last night. Jordin Canada decided to let her voice be heard. Let's hear her out.
And to touch on that, I'm gonna get fined, so I don't really care. But I think tonight the officiating was awful, horrible. I think in the crucial point of the game, when they started to make a run, I think the officiating kind of helped them out, to be honest. I think in the beginning of the game, when I got my second foul call, which wasn't a foul, Ashley came to me and said, you know what, I was wrong. That's not a foul. Well, that doesn't help me because now I have two fouls. The same call that I got called for, maybe it was in the third or fourth quarter when I ran over Shakira, when I clearly touched the ball first to get to it, but it was foul on me. A few possessions later, Flores did the same thing to me as I dove on the floor, and it wasn't a foul call on her. I don't know how many times Angel has to get beat up in the paint for her to get a foul call. It was blatant tonight. Every time she had a fast break layup, she was getting hacked in the paint. She was getting hacked. No foul calls. But the other way, like Rice said, we can't play physical. Anytime we tried to play physical, it was always a foul call. So I think the officiating has to be better. For some reason, again, I don't know what Angel has to do. I don't know what we have to do to get a foul call, but I thought tonight was horrible. I thought all three refs were terrible.
Wow. Now listen, a lot of us know that being a referee is hard. It's a tough job in real time. That's why they have instant replay. That's why they go to the booth. And that's why there's 3, 4 referees on the court at a time. But guess what? Getting up on the podium and saying after the fact that it's a tough job or it's a hard job isn't enough. You know, there's a guy down in Texas right now at an oil rig doing a hard job. There's a woman in a lab somewhere trying to find a cure to a terminal illness right now doing a hard job. They do that job to the best of their ability and they try harder. They don't complain about saying it's a hard job. We get it, whether it's a thankless job or not. Now, last night, there were some horrible calls, but there were some close ones. And here's an example.
Angel Reese wants an explanation as to how it wasn't a foul. And I do see the contact on
Let's
the
look at
right
one more
arm
angle.
right there. Shakira Austin.
So the announcer says that she sees the contact on the right arm. I didn't see the contact on the right arm, but the arm was a little bit more extended out of the picture. See, right there, it looks like all ball. So it is a difficult job, and that's the reason why you have multiple angles on these replays. Let's watch it one more time.
Possession. Angel Reese wants an explanation as to how it wasn't a foul.
Looks like all ball, not gonna lie.
Contact on the right arm right there. Shakira Austin has been playing great defense, but on this possession,
if it was a foul, it's very close, and in that moment, you have to look at the replay and get the call right. But it's very close, so that would be a call where I could understand why it would take 2 to 3 minutes to get it right. Now look at this right here. This was crazy.
That deep in the paint is a tough assignment.
Rye, back to Alicia. Reese down low. Look at that. Clear as day. She has her arm, I believe this is Betts. Betts has her arm or her hand around Angel Reese's arm. Now follow me. What's this right here? Oh, it's a referee with a clear, unobstructed view of what's happening right here. Right? There's a referee on the baseline. There's a referee out of view on this sideline, and there should be a referee somewhere around the three-point arc. But it's this official's responsibility to see this and get this call. Right? She clearly has her arm around her. She can't reach up and grab the rebound, but guess what happens?
It has been an off night for Atlanta outside.
I'm going to play this one more time. And the crazy thing about this is a 13-second clip, and I found 3 crazy things wrong with this, right? The first one is the fact that she obviously has her arm around her. This is an egregious mistake. This is crazy, right? The second one is the relief that Betts has when she realizes that the foul is not on her. And the third is when she falls on the ground and flops and then grabs her face when Angel just turns around. This is crazy. Watch this. Watch this.
That deep in the paint is a tough assignment. Jordin Canada collects it, sends it to Gray. Off. It has been an off.
Ay, Dios mío. What? Bro, what is going on? Now listen. Let's look at something else that happened last night. This is about closeouts. This is very important because players could get really hurt. This was actually a cold play by Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers' bag is deep, but check this out.
That's your Walker defending. Beckers
Nasty.
dancing. Beckers finishing.
We're gonna watch it one more time.
Dallas back on
Watch the
top for
closeout.
first time
Watch
since
the
first
closeout.
quarter. That's your Walker defending.
Boom, boom.
Beckers.
See that right there? That's dangerous. She was left on an island. She had her dancing, but you can't. You have to allow the player to land. This could have been very dangerous. So it's good that they called it here, but it has to be more parity. I see this happen all the time, and it's not always called. So kudos to the ref here. She clearly called this. She was right there. That's her assignment. So good job there.
Dancing.
Because the last thing you need is another superstar in the league getting hurt. You got to make an example. If she was to land on her ankle, she would have been cooked. All right.
Beckers finishing.
So we're gonna, as bad as the officiating is, we're gonna bring up another play where they got it right, just to show how crazy this is. Now, who teaches this type of defense? Watch this. That's how you position yourself to take a charge.
When the player comes out.
You have to give landing space, and it's her call. Like, you can't, she's not even looking at the play because perhaps that's not her assignment. She's looking at what's going on down here. There should be a referee on this sideline as well. So sideline, baseline, above the three-point arc. So this referee right here, this is his or her assignment to get this call. Now look at this closeout. The closeout, her feet are literally in her landing space, almost under her. Her hands are straight up. This is the position to take a charge in the paint. This is not how you defend a three-point shooter. Yes, your hands are straight up in the air, but there's rules to this game that a lot of new fans or new watchers of basketball are not aware of. You cannot do this. So I'm pumped. I'm happy that they made this call, but this call needs to be, there needs to be consistency. Right? You can't call it some nights or for some players, but not all the time. It doesn't matter if it's a superstar, a rookie, somebody who averages 5 minutes a game. You have to protect your players, right? These two examples just happens to be two of the biggest stars in the league. Paige Buckets Beckers, or as I like to call her, Peanut Butter Beckers, and Caitlin Clark. If these two players get injured, viewership goes down. We're no longer going to be interested in tuning in if the Fever are playing or if the Wings are playing. You have to protect your players, and there has to be parity and there has to be consistency throughout the league. This is a silly, dirty closeout. This is crazy. Now your face hurts. Okay.
You got to give landing space when the player comes out.
Wild. Now listen, it's not just us. I remember watching this game. This game was, I think, June 6th. They got smacked. The Washington Mystics were getting cooked. I think they eventually lost this game by 32. It was like 102-77. The Atlanta Dream destroyed them. And this was a situation where it seems as though the coach was almost trying to get ejected, right? Or trying to get a technical, but he was pissed, and rightfully so, because the officiating was horrible. The calls were horrible, but his team was getting cooked, right? So granted, he had to do this. But it's not just the fans. It's not just us watching at home. It's the players, it's the coaches, and the league. You have to step in. You have to do something. This is a professional league. You could have gotten away with this in the past when your viewership was low, when the league was just a baby. But now that you're growing and you're at a critical point, you have to step the officiating up. You have to do better. You owe it to your fan base. You owe it to your players. You owe it to yourselves. You got to do better, man. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll holler at you guys in the next one. Peace.